Hi, Sandra. Thanks for coming in. I'm a little ahead of myself. Hello, Johnny. No, my name's Gina. I'm just going to wait a few minutes to see who else wants to stop in before I get started. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. How are you today, Sandra? Hi. No worries. I make those mistakes all the time. Sometimes when we're typing, well, at least with me, when I'm typing, sometimes my brain's thinking of one thing and my fingers want to do another. So, no worries. That's all right. You can come back later and watch the replay. It's okay. Or if you hurry up, you can come back in time. I'm probably going to be here for at least an hour. Oh, well, that's not good. You need a good charger for your phone, hun. Priorities. I left it over in the car. Oh, well. No worries. I haven't even begun yet. And I went live, but I think it's like, yeah, it's another like 5 minutes before anyone's supposed to show up. So take your time, no worries. And then if you miss anything, you can always watch the replay later. I'm just happy that you're here. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Come back. Well, for those who are going to watch this as a replay, I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes before I get started because I really want to try to explain this step by step as best I can so no one misses anything. So I'm just going to sit back and wait to see who all shows up. And then we'll go from there. Just mixing up some paint here. Some acrylic paint, because you need that to make marbled paper. I think I need a little bit more in there. It's not the consistency that I want. So. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see, where's my little towel to wipe things off with? That'll work. That will work. Okay, so there's one. I think I'll just save that last one. Yeah. 4. I got all the colors I need. Bring this over so people can see it. Oop. Don't want to do that. Bring that over here a little bit. Okay. Well, well, let's see if I can. Okay, I think I'm just going to get started and people are just going to have to catch up, I think. Okay, first and foremost, before I get started with that, I'm going to, I usually do this on a much bigger scale in my kitchen or in my backyard on my picnic table. But if it's too hot outside, that's not a good thing. The prints don't come out as well. So, oh, and I don't have my pretty nails on today. So just ignore my ugly fingers, but this tends to get a little messy, so I didn't want to put my pretty nails on today for that reason. So again, I'm going to try to do this in a little bit smaller scale. This is just an old beat up cookie sheet, a 13 by 9. And this is what I use to marble paper. It's one ingredient. It's Purex Stay Flow liquid starch. That's what I use. And I can buy it, and you can buy it at Walmart, and I think it's like $3 and I don't know, $3 and change. And this is a wonderful thing. And that's what I use to that's what I use to marble paper. And I'm going to just pour this into this pan. Let's see if I've got it in focus, or in frame rather. Okay. And I'm going to take the liquid starch and I'm going to pour it into the pan and see how far it comes up. I probably, because this is a much smaller pan than I usually use, I won't need the whole jug of Stay Flow, but I think that's about right. Okay. So then, after we do that, this needs to be up a little bit. This table obviously is not as level as I'd like it to be, so maybe we'll just prop it up with this metal ruler. I don't know if that will make a difference, but we're going to find out. Well, it makes a little bit of a difference. So we're going to try that. Okay. So now that the liquid starch is in my pan, I usually let it sit for a little bit. And if I see any bubbles, I pop them because I don't want the bubbles on my papers, because that kind of distorts the design that I'm making. Okay, so I usually let this sit for a little bit. Yeah, there's that bubble. I don't see any other bubbles. Okay. And I've got these plastic cups that I bought at Walmart again. They're just plastic. And I've tried many different acrylic paints, and believe it or not, the cheaper ones work the best. And this is what the Apple Barrel Band. Again, I buy it at Walmart. It's usually like, I don't know, sometimes you can get it for 50 cents a bottle. Sometimes it's like 77 cents, but it's pretty cheap. And so that's what I use most of the time. And I put in the bottom of a cup. See, I mixed all these up, the green, the pink, today I'm doing pastels. Okay. Usually I go for the grunge. I like the dark browns and blacks and golds and that sort of thing. But today I decided to do something different. I'm doing pastels. So, so there is, so what I usually do is, I mixed most of them up, but I left a few out because I wanted to show you what I did. Okay. I usually take the paint, squeeze it into the cup, okay? Squeeze it into the cup. I shake it up a little bit. I squeeze it into the cup, and I pour it into the cup, and I make, well, you usually bring it up to about, I don't know, a little bit, like a half an inch. I mix the colors. Sometimes I mix a couple of colors together to make a blend of my own. So then, yeah, it's about a half an inch on the bottom of the cup. And then I take about 3/4 of a cup of water and I pour it in. That's about right. About 3/4 of a cup. Then I take the handled part of an old brush that I don't really care about, and I stir. And I make sure it's really mixed up very well. Okay? And then yeah, I mix it up really well because that's important. And then where's my little towel thing that I used to? Oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I mix it up pretty well. And then I pull it out. Just wipe the end of my brush off. And then I let it sit because, as you can tell, there's a bunch of bubbles. We want those bubbles to rest. We don't want those bubbles in the paint while we're trying to use do this process. Okay, so I let it sit. Now see, this one is the pink, and there's no bubbles in that cup. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, so that's what we're shooting for, is no bubbles into the paint and the water. Okay. Next thing is, while we're letting this, I call it the liquid starch bath. I let that sit at room temperature outside of the bottle for at least 15-20 minutes. Okay. These are the items that I use. These are the tools that I use in order to do this process. Okay. My husband usually cuts about 6-inch strips of straw from like a straw broom. Okay. And then he wraps duct tape around the other end to make like a handle or something for me to hold on to. Okay. And then I just kind of gently move the bristles of the straw broom out a little bit so it's like a fan. Okay. There's that one. This one did it naturally pretty much, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot with that one. Then there's this one. I actually used these the other day when I was marbling paper outside. It was beautiful outside, but I overdid it, I think, and I'm paying for it now because I haven't been feeling all that well. However, I really wanted to do this video so you all could see how I do this. Okay, so there's my little bristles, and I'll show you exactly why I need them in a moment. I will explain. Okay, and then I have these 2 pieces of old board wood that my husband hammered nails into to make a, I don't know, what is it called, like a striation of nails. I mean, they're not perfectly lined up, but close enough. And they will make a different design. It'll make the marble design when I get started. Let me see. Is there anybody else in this room? No, not yet. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep going, and you all just have to watch it on replay later. Okay. So the first pieces of paper that I will lay down. Oh, something's in my liquid bath, and I don't like it. So we're just going to get rid of that. The first run of papers are usually the ones that don't come out very good because you need to get a decent amount of paint down on top of the liquid starch. Okay. So, but I'm going to show you kind of how I do this. Okay. So we're going to start, and I usually start off with light colors because the darker the color, the faster this liquid starch bath will get muddy and dirty. So I try to get as much use out of it as I can to begin with. Okay? Okay, so there is, so I'm going to start off with white, and I'm going to stand up to do this because it's just easier. Okay? I'm going to dip, I dipped the little brush, the little straw handled fan thing that I made, okay, into the white paint. Okay, and then I just lift it up slowly, And then I bring it over to the liquid bath and I go like this, and I tap. I tap it all over. Okay. And like I said, you really need to build up a decent amount of paint onto this bath before you can get some really good marbled prints. So one of the things, you have to be patient. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a virtue and it's something I lack of, but you know, I'm trying. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down, the white paint. Okay, so you can start to see it, I think, in some spots. You can start to see it, but it takes a while. You have to really, really build up a layer. Okay. Okay, so we're going to, let me see. I'm going to pour this into a cup so I can use this to rinse. Rinse my little brush, my little... Okay, we're going to bring this in here and just rinse that white off that. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to try another color. Let's try pink. Okay, let's try pink. See what that does. Okay. Just keep tapping it so you can start to see it. The more paint you put into this, the more, once the paint hits the liquid starch, it'll start to bloom out. So you just have to be patient. You have to build it up. Okay, so there's some pink. Okay, we're going to rinse that. Okay, and let's try another color. Usually I don't do more than 4 colors per bath, per design, because it can become muddy and dirty, and I don't want that. So, okay, so we've done white, we've done pink. Let's do some lavender purple, shall we? Okay, let's bring this up. Oh, what is that? Yuck. Sometimes the paint can become gooky if it sits for too long. Are you doing this for paper? Yes. Yes, Sandra, I am. I'm doing it from marble. I'm making marbled paper. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Just keep tapping this purple in there. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. Okay, so I put some purple in there. Like I said, I don't know if you missed it or not, but like I said, the first run of papers are usually the ones that don't come out as good. The more paint you put onto this liquid starch bath, the better the prints will come out. But you'll see as I go along. Okay, so we're gonna. I want to put a little bit more purple in there. Today I'm doing pastels. The other day I did vintage grunge and browns and golds and that sort of thing. Okay, let's see. I might need to turn that ceiling fan off because it's, let me see, what else? I need to rinse this. And let's put in a different color in. Like, how about some yellow? Okay. It does get messy. So it takes a while to prepare your table and stuff for this, but it's so worth it in the end, usually. I don't want to let that... Okay. Just keep tapping it till you get the amount. Okay, so there's yellow. Oh, no, I missed a spot where I wanted to put a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to rinse that. Like I said, the first run of papers don't come out usually as good as, but while that's sitting, where are they? Here they are. I'm going to show you some of the ones I made the other day outside using a short charger, so I'm like stuck to the wall. Oh, poor, oh, darling. I appreciate you. Oh gosh. Okay, so here's some of the marbled paper that I did the other day on my in my backyard. So here's like a pinkish red and white, and then here's some green and blues and oranges. And let me see, where's the other ones? Oh, they're down here. Here is, you can see that. This one's got some browns and grays, and let's move those over to the side. This one came out very faint, but it really looks like stone, like real stone marble. Remove those, and then there's this one. And then this one. Yes, this is my technique. Yes, this is what I do. I use liquid starch, Stay-Flow. I buy it at Walmart. And then there's this one. I tried this one. I'd never done this one before, so that was... And then I really like this one. This one's like a hazy kind of blue streaks with a melon peach color. This one's really faint, but gosh, it really did come out. I mean, I don't think the webcam's doing it justice, but... And then there's this one. Okay, so there's the ones I did. There's my favorites from the other day. Okay, now this has been sitting a little bit, so let me see. One more color. Let's put in one more color. How about we put some of this lime kind of green stuff in? Okay. Just tap it in. Okay. I'm just going to rinse that. And then this is better than jelly plate. Oh, well, oh, hon, I don't know about that. I love doing this. I really do. But I am really addicted to jelly plating. Okay. I have a big, I think it's 11 by 17 gel plate. And the last time I did it, I was having so much fun that 9 hours just evaporated. And I almost forgot I had a husband. So I don't know. I really love gel plate printing too. So I really do. I love them both. Okay, so I'm going to just turn this. I'm going to step around just for a second, and I'm going to shut this ceiling fan off because I think it's blowing too much cold air. And then I'll come back and show you How else do I do this? Okay. Fan is turned off. Now, okay, so like I said, the first print isn't always the best. So, and then you just build it up. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to take this. Okay, this is the 2 pieces of wood with nails in them that my husband made for me. It's, you know, DIY. They're not perfectly aligned, but they're far enough apart to make a really cool design. Now, again, the first run of papers isn't always the best. You just got to let it build up. But sometimes it surprises me. So I'm going to just set this down at one end with these nails and pull it through. And then I'm going to set it to the side of it and run it through. And then set it to the side and run it through. Okay. And then I'm going to take the other one with more nails in it. And I'm just going to slowly run it down. Okay. And we're going to just take a piece of paper and see what the first run looks like. Okay. Like I said, the first set doesn't always come out as good, but the more you build up the paint, the better it is. Okay, so, and the only step I can't show you on camera is once I'm ready to pull the paper up from the liquid starch, I have to run the paper under a gentle stream of cold water to rinse the liquid starch off of it, or it will dry to like a little shell, like a soft shell, and then you can't distress over it and you can't write over it very well. But once you wash that liquid starch off, you can do anything to it. So I'm going to have to step out of the room to go rinse the papers off in the cold water. That's the only step I can't show you on camera. However, let's just see what the first one comes out like. You just lay it gently on one end and let it down. And then I just take the pointy tip part of the skewer over here and just press it down. You got to be patient so it picks up the design. And just kind of gently rub it back and forth, trying not to submerge it. Okay, we just let it sit there for a minute or two. Like I said, the first couple pieces of paper don't always come out as great, but the more you build up the paint, though, usually, it's beautiful. You can do all kinds of designs. I'm so glad you came back, Sandra, because you're the only one in the room. So I appreciate you being stuck to the wall. So I don't feel like I'm doing this alone. Okay, so let me see. Now you got to see, you probably can't see it all that well, but I can see it. And when it soaks through enough where I can actually start to see part of the design on the top part of the paper, I then know it's time to pull it up. It's almost there. Just kind of gently rub it with a stick. Yeah, it's almost there. Let's see if it pulled up anything. Yeah, I gotta. Okay, so I'm gonna have to let it drip. bring this over here. Okay, I'm going to lay that down. And then I promise, once I rinse them off, too bad it wasn't a giveaway. Well, I just realized that I've got just over 200 people on my subscribers to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to have to do a giveaway. I'm shocked. I'm thrilled and happy that I've got over 200 subbies, but I didn't think it was going to happen like that. And so I'm going to have to figure out how to do a giveaway. I might have to do a whole batch of these marbled papers, and then might have to do that whole batch and say, okay, this is one of the giveaway presents. I might have to do that. It's not a half bad idea, actually. Okay, so now I'm just going to take one of these papers, and I'm going to just kind of push some of this paint over to the side and pull some of it up. Okay. Let's clear it up a little bit. Let's clear it up a little bit. Okay, so that's just throwaway stuff. That's just throwaway stuff. Okay. All right, now let's see if we can pull up do one more, and then I will bring those out and rinse them off in water. I have 186 on my iPad, and I don't do videos. That's amazing. You have 186 subbies and you don't do videos? That's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. I think I've had to work some for my subbies. But I've met some wonderful people. I mean, I have really met some wonderful people, and one of them actually bought, one of the women, my new subbies, she bought one of the last carpetbagger journal that I made. And she's in the UK, and she's just a darling. Her name's Angela. But I love making carpetbagger journals. And she's the one that bought the last one that I made. I'm working on another one. I tend to be a storyteller, and I was very fortunate as a child to meet many different people from all over the world when I was a child. So I like to tell stories. They're all true, but I like to tell stories. So let's get some yucky stuff out here. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we're going to do the blue. Guess I've watched a lot. Yes. Let me see here. Where's my, okay, so we're going to put some blue on here. Let's see if there we go. Now it's pooling. That's what I want to see. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah, it helped that I turned the fan off, the ceiling fan off. It really has to. It does so much better, this stuff, when it's not too hot or not too cold. It stays at kind of like room temperature. It does so much better. Okay. I want to get the edges here, so I'm going to just tap a little bit more. I have to do the blue. Okay, so we're going to rinse that. Let me see here. What color should I do next? She makes those carpetbaggers. Do you know? Yes, I do know Michelle Scott. Well, I don't know her personally, but she was one of the first people. I've been making I've been making journals now for 3 years. And about a year and a half ago, I started watching her, and then it kind of went crazy. I probably have like a top 40. I have like Billboard magazine. I have a top 40 artists that I really truly love, and then I have like a top 10 that I watch all the time. But I really, for a year straight, I think I've watched every single one of Nik The Booksmith's videos, and some of them I've watched over and over and over again. But I love making carpetbagger journals. And yes, I actually went in and I did chat with Michelle Scott a couple times when she did a few lives, but this is when she like first got started. She is wonderful, and she's very talented, and I've learned a lot from so many people. I couldn't even, there's no way I could actually like show my gratitude to all the people that I have gotten knowledge from. But Nik is one of my favorites, without a doubt. Nik The Booksmith is one of my favorites. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put one more color in, and then I'm going to show you. Let me see. I've got green. No, I've got blue. I've got some of this neon green. I think I did that. Let's do some more of there. Let's do some more of that. Okay. Let's do the edges here. Yeah, let's do those edges. Who do you like, hon? Who do you have your favorites? Do you have favorites? Or that you know, junk journalers that you like the most, or you know, your go-to people? Okay, and I think I'm going to put some, I don't know. What color should I put in next? One more color before I do the design. Let me see. Purple, orange, or purple, orange, or pink. Which one? Help me out here, Sandra. I'm taking a drink while you decide. I think orange, maybe? Let's do orange. What the hey? Let's throw caution to the wind. As Nik the Booksmith would say. I'm just going to commit. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I love to. Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you. I didn't. You should have. You didn't yell loud enough, Sandra. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm going to take my skewer with a pointed end, and I'm going to do this first. I'm going to just make striations down and go back up and go back down and back. Okay, so I'm going to rinse that off. Okay, now we're going to do the next step. We're going to do I think I want to do this one, I think. Here we go. With the nails again. And then a quick one with a lot of nails. Okay. And let's sew the paper in. See what happens. See what happens. Oh, didn't do that one right. Yeah, throw this over here. Oh, gotta fix that. Gotta fix it. But it can be fixed. No worries. It can be fixed. Here we go. Just like that. Put one end down. Gently, Gina. Here we go. It's all about having fun. And I love to learn new techniques. Now you got me thinking about jelly plating. I might have to do a live later on of that too. Because I got a big, huge bag of some foam stamps at a consignment shop. Like a big, huge bag of them. Never even used. And those are great for gel plating. I love to chit chat on life too, hon. And I'm so thankful that you stopped in and that you came back. Really, I am. So other than Michelle, how did I learn this? Well, the first time I learned it was at an event, an outdoor event for kids, and the children were brought over to a table, and they did marbling on paper with shaving cream, and then the table way over was for the grown-ups, and there was a woman there, and she was doing this. She was doing marbling, paper marbling with the Stay-Flow, the liquid starch that you can buy at Walmart. And I thought, isn't that interesting? So that's where I first learned it. And then I found a couple of videos on YouTube of people doing the same thing. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it at home. And then I've been doing it enough now where I kind of know what works and what doesn't. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. I'm going to have to lay this down. And I'm going to go let it drip. And I'll come back after I rinse it and I'll show you, okay? How did you? Yeah, that's the new thing. Paper marbling is the new thing? Okay, I'm going to just take this, lay it down. All right, I'm going to go and rinse this paper, okay? Because that's the most important thing at the end. And it'll only take me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back, okay, Sandra? I'll be right back in a flash. And then I'll show you. Okay, I'm back. See if I can put this under the webcam for you. See? That looks more like a stone. And then, let me see. Did you see it? Sorry, I was live. Well, thanks for the private. Oh, you're welcome for the private tutorial, hon. Thanks for. I really appreciate that you came in. Did you get to see it? That piece of paper, the paper that I just rinsed. Did you get to see it? Because I'll bring it back over so you can see it if you didn't. Oh, jelly is the new thing. Yeah. Oh, I know. Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, so next is this. I'm going to just see if I can bring some of this over. That's just garbage. Pick up some of that leftover film on the top. And then I can do another one. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get that wave out. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. A lot of the color that you still see in there is pretty much sunk to the bottom. Most of it. Okay, so let me see. I did orange and blues and green, so we're going to do purple this time, I think. Purple. You can dip envelopes and mail them. You can dip envelopes and mail them, right? Yeah, absolutely. See, we're going to do the purple. Do purple here. Yeah, see, that's how that's how it's supposed to look. When it starts to pool. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. Okay, let me see here. All right. Next, let me see. Purple. I did purple. Let's do some white. Okay, let's rinse that. Did some white. And pink. We're going to do some pink. Because Sandra said she wanted pink. It looks crackled. Yes, yes, it does. When it's in the liquid starch, yes, it does look crackled. Okay, I'm going to do pink. Okay. And you can tap it with your finger. You can shake it. Depends on how much of a mess you really want to make. Okay, so there's that. So I think I'm going to just Go like this time. Okay. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, there's the paper. I want a bigger piece of paper. Let's do cardstock this time. I'm going to try cardstock. Okay. So it's a little thicker. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. This one's coming out really cool. Oh, I love it when it does this. Yeah, love it. Okay. Huh. So cool. Let it drip. Yeah, that's really cool. Yep. So what do you think? Okay. Very nice. Okay. So, let's see. Let's pick up some of this. Pick up some of this mess. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's see, what shall I do next? I'm thinking, what color should I do next? I don't know. Just don't know. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, I always thought, well, I couldn't imagine that, I always thought that liquid starch, I mean, one ingredient, I mean, I always thought I needed a bunch of different ingredients, kind of like, with the eco dyeing, you need alum, you need vinegar, you need rusted metal, you need, all kinds of things to make eco dyeing, to do eco dyeing. And I always thought, well, I need all these things to do, all these different things, and to do marbled paper, and that's not the case. You can do marbled paper with, I mean, yeah, you can DIY, you can do it yourself. You can make the pieces of wood and hammer some nails in it so you can make the designs. You can use an old cookie sheet for the pan and a jug of Stay-Flo liquid starch is like $3 and change at Walmart. And that's really all you need. you know, and some cheap acrylic paint. Again, you can buy that, and the cheaper the paint, the better it works. And that's the apple barrel that I buy at Walmart. So I just thought it was a really cool technique, and it's always worked well for me. And I've put my marbled papers from doing this technique into almost every single one of the journals I've ever made. So I'm glad that yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, you know, and you don't need a lot of things, and the supplies that you do need are fairly cheap, you know. So like I said, I mean, it's not that hard to hammer some nails into a piece of old wood and make your line. You know, I did more on this one, but it'll just give it more character, you know, the design. So I think I'm going to probably do one more with some different colors, and then I'm going to go and rinse those off, and then I'm going to sign off. And then this afternoon, maybe if I clean up this mess, I might just come back and do some jelly plate printing. Okay, hon. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you so much for sticking in there with me, and so I didn't have to do this all by myself. I appreciate it, hon. Thank you so much. Have a great, blessed day, hon. Thank you. Bye, sweetheart. Bye, sweetheart. Okay. I guess so. Other than Sandra, nobody else wants to learn how to marble paper the cheap way. Well, I guess you're just going to have to watch it on the replay, everyone. So yeah, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to sign off. Let me see. I did blue. How about some white? Okay, there's that. Need to change my water because it's looking pretty muddy. Okay. And I think I'm going to go back with some purple here. One more. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm kind of liking it. I really am. Okay, so we'll go back to the blue. Do some more blue. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. What other color do I want to do? I think that's it. Maybe some pink. I don't know. Totally not my regular thing, but you know what? I'm kind of glad I tried the pastels colors. I'm so usually so into the vintage and grunge and dark colors. So you know what? I'm glad I did the pastels today because it's something different. Yep. Okay. So I think that's good enough. I'm going to move these glasses over so I can glide this through. Okay, let's do this to the side here. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Here's the bigger piece of paper. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like this a lot, I think. Okay. Okay, we'll let this drip. Okay, we'll move this over here, down here. And then I'm going to go rinse these off. Okay, lay this down there. Okay, I'm going to go rinse these off, see how they came out, and then clean up my mess. So I hope that y'all will enjoy watching the replay of this and seeing just how easy it is and how inexpensive it can be to marble paper. I'll be definitely going to the different groups and posting a link to this live as soon as it goes up. I hope you all have a blessed day, and please, please, please click subscribe, click the bell, the happy little bell in the corner, so you can be notified of my future videos. And if you have any questions or just want to say hello, please, please, please. I love seeing all your responses and your questions, and I love it. Thanks again to Sandra for stopping in, so I didn't have to sit here and feel like I was all by myself today. She just left, but I appreciate her, and so I will. I'm gonna clean up my mess and see how the other papers come out, and maybe do a couple more. But I'll talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all real soon. I hope y'all have a blessed day, and Maybe this afternoon I might just come on and do some jelly plate printing. I just don't know yet. We'll have to see. But I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.